Hello Taurus, I'm Empress Rose and we're going to do a reading. These are general readings, of course, and you are welcome to go check out your moon, rising, Venus signs if you aren't already doing that watching this. So they are general readings, so they're not going to apply to everybody, every Taurus on the planet at the same time, every aspect of it. So your job is to take what works for you and leave what doesn't, as with literally every situation you've ever been in life. And then these cards are also pre-shuffled and prepared. I do a fairly thorough job, and I like to do that before I turn the camera on. So we're going to start with the Oracle of Mystical Moments deck, and this is going to give us a intuitive overview of where we're going with your reading. Thirsty. All right, Taurus. What is the message we have for you guys today? Okay. Oh, right. All right, Taurus. Oh dear, I'm going to take another one. Okay, fine, I'll take another two. Tricky little deck. Oh, wow, we have definitely some stories going on here, and they're very similar to stories I've seen recently. So we have this white rose of hope. This is a guide to you in the darkness. This is very close to your heart. You're not talking about it. You hold it very closely to you, and it's like this one bright thing in your life right now, and you don't really talk about it, don't really say anything about it. You're keeping it to yourself, but it's a guide to you as you move forward. So white rose of hope. And then we have this Art of Seduction card. I am not really a fan of this card. To me, this is a card of someone who's playing somebody else while the other person is being very sincere. I mean, I love a good seduction, but we've got this woman who's really paying very close attention to this male-like figure and is very focused on them, and they're not very focused on her. So is she trying to lure him, or is he already lured her and is just isn't really interested in her? So sometimes this card means to me that one party is very sincere and trying very hard, and another party is a little bit playing a game. I mean, look at his finger there in the flower, so we got some sort of seduction going on. We've got, I don't know, this whole reading has some weird vibes to it, honestly. We have Touch the Sky, so we have, I believe this is similar actually to the White Rose of Hope. We have ideas that we're keeping to ourselves, but we're dreaming of really letting them go, dreaming of sending them out into the world. We're dreaming, we have very big dreams. Our head is in the clouds, and we're sort of, our head is above the clouds. We're so far out there in this sort of daydream that we have. And it's just playing with ideas, dreaming, like when you were a child, just daydreaming about what your future might look like. So honestly, these cards, we have a hope here. We're not really talking about it. We have a daydream here of what could happen. These things, these ideas that we have, this fantasy that we're having. And then we have this one, and look, these two girls are about the same. They could be sisters, maybe. And this is a really immature energy here, a very emotional, jerking people around all the time. So these could be individuals. You could have a dreamer involved here, and then someone who's being very manipulative. So honestly, I'm seeing this as our dreamer, someone who's really engaged with an idea of moving something forward. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but it could be a work situation where you have one person who's very engaged in wanting to move something forward. This is our dreamer, our hoper. she's filled with hope. She wants to make this forward. And then we have this immature energy that's just kind of jerking the situation around. See, this boat is this young immature mermaid has pulled up the anchor on this boat, has created a lot of instability, and has been jerking the boat around. You can't see it, but there's some guys in this boat that are a little bit panicked. Some of them aren't panicked. Some of them are like, yep, this is just our fate. This is our destiny. They're sitting down and taking it. Some of them are clearly like yelling, panicked. We got one guy that's about to jump off. I mean, right now she's sitting there, it's calm, but you can see that she has upended the situation and is sort of toying and playing with something, and she didn't pull up anchor on this boat to take it somewhere, to do something useful with it. She just pulled up anchor from this boat because she was bored. So it's called Lorelei is what the card is called. So she was just bored, pulled up anchor, jerked him around a little bit. So I guess I don't want to see that. I'd prefer not to see that, but that's sort of what I'm seeing is two people, two parties, two counterparts. One is very sincerely hoping for a better future, and the other one seems to be playing some sort of game or isn't sincerely in this situation at all. All right, so we're going to move to the Santa Muerte Tarot deck. And these, again, have been pre-shuffled and prepared. What do we have for Taurus this week? For Taurus. Taurus, this is your... Put that down there. Taurus, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. We have a lot of cycles ending here. A couple tens. A lot of cups. This is a really emotional situation. And we're seeing that here with this emotional immaturity right here, the water, the young girl. So in your recent past, we have the Seven of Cups. This is making a choice. You can't see it clearly. The sun is blocked by this broken heart. So there might have been some heartbreak. And it's been clouding your judgment, your ability to see. You've had to make a decision, a choice. This shows you choosing the path of most growth. So the path of most growth can be the one that's the most painful, from which we will learn the most lessons. It can also be choosing the healthiest path. So from this situation, I see that perhaps you chose the path of the most growth from pain, but it's possible that you chose the path that was actually the healthiest and the blooming. But it kind of looks like there wasn't a lot of clarity. There was some pain, and you were in a state of pain when you made a decision, and the decision may not... There's like one clearly good, right decision right here, and the rest of them are sort of empty. Empty alternatives, and there was one really meaty alternative that was growing, and then this other stuff is sort of empty. It kind of looked the same. Everything looked a little like it was going to be the same, but one choice had a bit more ability to grow from it. But it was a very difficult choice, and it was clouded by heartache. It was hard to see. It's hard to see what the right choice was. In your present situation, we have you sort of marinating in some feelings here. We have the Five of Cups. It's this desert sort of landscape, this barren place. This pond, this seasonal sort of lake has filled up. There's some growth here. You're trying to sort things out with your mind. There's a bit of an unsettled situation. Your mind is a little unsettled. You're trying to sort it out. There's sort of a maze here that you have to work with, which is a really similar vibe to this Seven of Cups. This Five of Cups is sort of the contemplating. This is the actual choosing. So you did that, and now it looks like maybe you may be contemplating your choice and your decision. Your mind is a maze, and and you're trying to sort it out. I want to say be careful for the Minotaur in here. There could be some monsters up there that you may have to do some battle with. This relates to definitely a mind-body, a mind-emotion connection. There's this deep emotion. We have this pond here. We have this pond here. We have our chest cavity. Our body is sitting in this pond. In some ways, this is like marinate in your feelings. Figure out how the hell you got here. Figure out what you need to do next. So this is like a sitting in the hot tub and really feeling your feels. Go cry in the hot tub maybe, and sorting stuff out in your mind. And this is sorting real life choices you had to make. And this is maybe rethinking some of those choices, looking at where you're at emotionally and understanding where you got there. In your inner landscape, within you, you have this Queen of Wands. You have a voice in you that's calling to you. There's a part of you that has left the light on for something. She's very inspired. She's got some leadership. There's a lot. Holy moly. This is all feminine energy. This is all the, I'm not finding the right word. This is all the soft, the water energy. This is all water energy, feelings. There's one man here, and then we've got 3 women here, and then we've got 3 powerful women here. So, take that as if that makes sense to you, that we would have 3 powerful women and just 1 man here. Within you, you have, this is just a lot of the feminine power, the feminine energy. It's just really remarkable. So there's a lot of either women around you, strong women, or there's a lot of energy of more of the feminine, receptive, nurturing mode that you're entering into. And there's one man, and he's not quite fitting. He's not even like very engaged. All these other ones are powerful. All these women, all of this feminine energy is very powerful and engaged. And we have this masculine energy over here that's just disinterested. So if you're a man, you can, obviously we're all sort of androgynous in the soul, where we have both of these energies, and hopefully we've developed both of them and can pull them forth in different situations. This is a clear calling forward of feminine energy and what that means to you. Okay, so in your inner landscape, though, we have this feminine energy. We have this Queen of Wands. She's here to guide you. She's your intuition. She's got the light on. She's got a candle. She's calling to you. She wants you to listen to her. So, we're talking feminine, stereotypically female intuition. This is definitely your inner being calling out to you, saying, I have something to say. So this is sort of my Marco Polo card, where she's yelling Marco and you're yelling Polo, and you're connecting, you're seeing where each other's at, you're finding the distance between each other, you're gauging all of that. So this is sort of finding yourself in the pool, in the pool. Yeah, we're in a pool here, or in a like you. So you're finding yourself within this deep emotional state. And you're calling out, and there is a guide here. There's a guide within. She's wise. She has a lot of mastery, a lot of power. She's here to guide you forward. So your inner landscape is really calling to you. Your intuition is very much in power right now, and is wanting you to pay more attention to it. At issue here is this Queen of Cups. So we're taking the Queen of Cups in the reverse meaning right here. And this is a very manipulative, emotional, oh my God, this is this immature energy right here. This is a deep manipulation. A woman who, not a woman, but possibly a woman. It is in the issue card. So it could be a real person, or it could be a vibe that's going on. An emotional energy situation, an emotional manipulation. a misuse of emotions. Using emotions to control something, someone. Manipulation is just that this could be a real person, or this could be something you're doing or something within you. But what is the issue right now in your life? One of the issues affecting you is manipulation, emotional manipulation. Either you're doing it, or you're receiving it, or you're engaged and embroiled in some sort of manipulation. And this is what I'm seeing here. I feel like this man is very manipulative, and this woman is just sincerely trying to get his attention and pull him to her. But he's not engaged. He's not really interacting with her, except to, you know, get her a little excited and move forward. And then we have this immature manipulative energy. So it's very immature emotional communications and manipulations. It's very unhealthy manifestation of emotion. And then in your environment, you also have the Empress. So this is a strong female presence. She is sort of a harvest god. She warns against harvesting things too soon. She has transformed her heartache and pain and the cuts she has suffered into a position of power. There can be a little darkness to her, but she has transformed. This is a situation where she has absolutely transformed pain into power. She has everything she needs. She's quiet, she's silent, she guards her words, but she knows, and she has a lot of she can see. So we're seeing an intuitive here. She is seeing, maybe not saying everything, but she's seeing. And she has been through battle. I just feel, I see this like stain on her dress somehow. It's part of a heartache situation. It's a new thing for me to see, but there's some darkness in her path and where she's been, some bruising. But it's this, you know, she's dressed in this red dress, and this is a similar energy that you're having inside this intuitive, this call, the call of your intuition, the call of the wild intuition there. And then externally in your environment, there's someone that does know that you can trust, that is very intuitive and very, has transformed their pain into power. They are still bruised from the heartache that they have experienced. But so this is in your environment. So this is most likely a real person, or maybe just the environment you find yourself in right now is one of a lot of intuition going on around you. But there might be someone here to help you, someone that can see things that you can't see, and it might be important to listen to them. In your to-do list, you have a 10 of Cups. So we have the Queen of Cups, we have the 5 of Cups, we have the 7 of Cups. We have a lot of water. We have a deeply emotional situation, and this is the full completion of it. So the 10 is the end of a cycle, and this cycle has been a very emotional cycle. I'm seeing this heart chakra, but with the throat colors. So this has been love that's been spoken, has been very clearly communicated, and this village is thriving. It's beautiful, but it's the fullness of the village, the fullness of this emotional situation, of this emotional journey you've been on. This is the as good as it gets card. So your to-do list is to celebrate the emotional success, the success you have had, your community, your home, the love that you have, the love that you have. I mean, I'm seeing something go very awry here, but there's also something still here. There's this loving completion, and sometimes this card can mean that you need to understand that the loving situation that you're in This is as loving as it's going to get. Do not wait for more. There's not more coming. This is the fullness that this situation can provide for you. And here it is very beautiful and it's very full. And so this is sort of a celebratory energy, a situation. So this is a transformational situation. So I'm thinking about how this looks on a to-do list. This is, I think this is understanding and celebrating your successes, like how far you've come and how beautiful things are and how beautiful your heart is and how beautiful the village and your loved ones and the support system that you have, how beautiful that is, recognizing that, being grateful for that, and understanding also that some part of this cycle is ending. This is a fulfillment and a completion. It's happened. It's already here. And this is asking you to do that. And then a possible outcome is we have the Ten of Pentacles. So look, we have these villages here. We have everything. And this one's full of love. And this is your to-do list. Maybe this is like to fill yourself and your life full of love. But one of the outcomes is this Ten of Pentacles, which talks more about the end of the cycle. This is you've gotten everything you can out of the situation. That's where I'm seeing, like, celebrate what you've accomplished here. But one of the outcomes is that this cycle may truly end. This is a very dilapidated village. There's nothing growing here anymore. It is the end of a cycle, and it's used up everything it can in this cycle, and it's time to find new. These are feet, so it's time to find a new place. It's time to move on. You've gotten everything you can. This card really speaks to me of the completion of a cycle. This village has used up everything around it, and it's time to move on. It's like an outhouse that's full, and it's time to dig a new one further away. So that's sort of the possible outcomes, is that you may be, and the feet to me represent a moving on energy, like recognizing that this cycle is over and it's time to move on. That you've gotten everything you can out of this situation and it's time to move forward. So I hope that was helpful for you, Taurus. And as always, please like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already, because it helps my little baby channel grow bit by bit, week by week, and I so much appreciate it. So I hope you have a wonderful week.